Sal Prezioso is a tour operator in Gettysburg.
Good evening, everyone. Can everyone hear me? I'm Italian. I've been accused of having a loud voice. So, anyway, a little bit. I started coming here when I was 12 years old with my parents. I kept coming here when I was in college. A fraternity brother whose family goes back to the Civil War was one of my fraternity brothers, so I came here quite a bit up until we graduated and we came for his wedding. And then I had a hiatus for a number of years till when I was living in Michigan. I started coming out for weekends with some of my Civil War geek buddies who said, gee, it's going to rain this weekend, let's go to Gettysburg. It's going to be sunny this weekend, let's go to Gettysburg. We're not doing anything this weekend, let's go to Gettysburg. and the wives said, go ahead. But it got to the point where I felt great when I got here, I felt lousy when I was going home. Unfortunately, I have a wife that saw things the same way I did for different reasons, but we ended up choosing to come here and live. And we're here now about 13 years, and so we feel like we're a part of the community. We're getting there anyway. My business is tour and travel. I've been in the travel business for over 40 years, and I'm going to briefly speak to what I think a lot of people don't realize happens, that this is a Category 3 resort casino. Now, for those of you that think there's going to be a casino here and we go and gamble, it's not the case. A Category 3 resort casino has different requirements. And how does that affect you locally? The effect is that if local people, and you've heard here that a lot of the business coming here is going to be local in terms of gambling. But in order to gamble, if you're a local, you've got to spend a certain amount of money before you can begin to play. Okay? People don't realize, and I'm going to give you a couple of quick definitions. And this information, by the way, comes from Doug Harbach, who's Director of Communications from the Pennsylvania Gaming and Control Board. And I've spoken with him. We've exchanged emails on stuff. Basically, the definition of the act is non-de minimis consideration, a payment of fair market value of at least $10 per patron paid to the resort hotel for use of one or more amenities. And the listing of amenities includes sports and rec facilities such as a golf course or a driving range, tennis courts, swimming pool, water park, health spa, meeting and banquet facilities, entertainment facilities, downhill or cross-country skiing, bowling lanes, movie theaters, and restaurants. Now, what does that mean for you? It means that if a group of you and your friends decide, let's go and eat, let's go to the casino and play, you got to go there and you got to pay $10 a person. Now, there is a category where they can sell you a membership fee. And the membership fee could be $10 for a short term. They might come up with something longer if you want to be a seasonal, an all-year-round pass. The value of that has got to be commensurate with what the State Gaming Board decides is fair market value. Or you can choose to go over there and have dinner at the restaurant and pay your $10 per person, okay, and eat at the restaurant, and then you can go play. And once you've done that, you get a pass. Once you've spent that $10 either at the gift shop, the restaurant, the bar, or whatever, you got a 24-hour pass, and you have 72 hours to use that pass. So you've got to go and spend that money, which now you've not spent in a local restaurant, whether it be at the Plaza on the Square, or Mama Ventura's, or Bella Italia, or wherever it might be. You've stopped spending money in a local restaurant, and you're going to go there. And someone might say, well, that's pretty fair competition, But the fact is that what most casinos do is they'll reimburse you or comp you for something you have to do. So they'll comp you chips. Now, they're not going to be able to comp you for free drinks, but they will comp you for meals. So think about it. If I'm going to have a chance to go over and gamble, I'll pay my $10, and I know I'm going to get some chips back. And it's not going to be everybody, but I tell you, I get ads all the time because I do gamble. I've been to a number of casinos. But, there's always something trying to get me to go back, and it's something off the room, something off the meals, but something to get you to go back there. So what you're not going to be able to do as far as competition from the local restaurants are, they're not going to be able to compete with somebody going over, grabbing a meal, getting a $10 reimbursement back for that meal. They're not going to be able to compete with that. On top of that, the casinos have an exemption on smoking. Okay, so as far as that goes, that becomes a smoking facility as well for those that want to smoke. In addition to that, whatever money the people that are locally going over there after they've eaten. They're going to spend, and that's going to be taken out of the local economy as well. So it's not just like a standalone casino. It's even worse than that in the sense that it's going to help destroy the tourism infrastructure of bars and restaurants that we have locally here in Gettysburg. And it's not just Gettysburg, because it's not just Gettysburg people who gamble. It's going to affect bars and restaurants all around the area. Someone said, well, gee, all those other visitors, if he's wrong and they are going to stay at other hotels, well, they can't gamble either, because you got to stay at the hotel. That's the other thing you got to do in order to be able to gamble at a Category 3 resort casino. So I think personally, it's a bad category for anywhere they put the casino. I don't want it in Gettysburg, because I sure as heck don't want it in my backyard, affecting my property values and quality of life and everything else. I think it's a bad deal for wherever it goes, but I have no problem with it being somewhere else as long as it's not here. But you need to realize that this thing's going to be, it's going to create some jobs on the front end, but on the back end, as people lose jobs at restaurants or hotels because they're losing business, it's going to be a cost. That's all I wanted to point out. Thanks very much for listening.